Once upon a time in the kingdom of Ododo community, where ancient baobab trees whispered tales of old and the rivers flowed with the stories of ancestors, a prophecy was woven into the fabric of destiny. It spoke of a time when a true heir, marked by the gods themselves, would ascend to the throne with righteousness and grace. Prince Adiwale, born under the watchful eyes of the wise elders, was the living embodiment of this prophecy. Since his birth, the signs had been clear to those attuned to the spirits of the land. The night Prince Adiwale came into the world, the shooting star streaked across the sky, casting a brilliant trail of light that seemed to point directly towards the royal palace. The elders gathered under the sacred baobab tree, their voices low and reverent as they interpreted the celestial omen. They saw in Prince Adiwale's eyes the wisdom of ages past and the strength to lead their kingdom into a prosperous future. As Prince Adiwale grew, so did the whispers of the prophecy. Tales spread from village to village, carried by the wind that rustled through the leaves of the towering trees. Mothers sang lullabies of the chosen prince to their children, weaving hopes and dreams into the melody. Warriors swore oaths of allegiance, their swords held high in honor of the future king who would unite the clans and defend their lands against any threat. Yet, as the day of Prince Adiwale's coronation approached, a shadow crept over the palace. Dark clouds, heavy with foreboding, gathered in the skies above Ododo community. Rumors whispered through the corridors of power, hinting at jealousy and treachery lurking in the heart of the royal court. King Rashidi Uzi, Prince Adiwale's uncle and current ruler of the kingdom, masked his ambitions with a facade of loyalty, yet his eyes betrayed a hunger for power that rivaled the darkest depths of the forest at midnight. Unknown to Prince Adiwale and the hopeful villagers who adorned themselves with garlands of flowers in anticipation of his ascension, the path to kingship would not be strewn merely with petals of admiration and respect. The prophecy, while promising greatness, also cast a shadow that stretched long and sinister, a shadow that threatened to eclipse the light of hope and plunge the kingdom into turmoil. Little did Prince Adiwale know, as he trained with seasoned warriors and studied the ancient scrolls of wisdom, that his greatest trials lay ahead, woven intricately into the very fabric of the prophecy that had heralded his birth. The true test of his destiny awaited, hidden behind the mask of smiles and feasts, lurking in the shadows where ambition and jealousy conspired to reshape the course of fate. As the kingdom buzzed with anticipation and the air crackled with magic, Prince Adiwale stood at the precipice of his destiny, unaware of the storm that brewed on the horizon, a storm that would test not only his strength and wisdom but also his resolve to fulfill the prophecy and claim his rightful place as the ruler of Ododo community. Under the golden canopy of twilight, the palace courtyard of Ododo community was ablaze with flickering torches and the vibrant hues of celebratory banners. Villagers from far and wide had gathered to honor Prince Adiwale, their hearts burnt with anticipation of his imminent coronation. The air was thick with the scent of roasted meats and the rhythmic beat of drums, echoing the joyous spirit that enveloped the kingdom. King Rashidi Uzi, adorned in regal attire that shimmered like moonlit waters, presided over the feast with an outward display of pride and benevolence. His voice boomed above the din of laughter and music, offering toast to his nephew's future reign and the prosperity it promised to bring. Yet beneath his congenial facade, a calculating gaze swept the courtyard, watching for any signs of dissent or challenge to his authority. As the night wore on and the revelry reached its peak, their shadow detached itself from the fringes of the festivities. Guards clad in the royal livery, their eyes hardened with resolve, moved with swift and silent purpose through the throng. Whispers of intrigue and suspicion had reached King Rashidi Uzi's ears, prompting swift action to quell any potential threat to his throne. Amidst the swirl of dancers and the clinking of goblets, Prince Adiwale stood at the center of the courtyard, his expression one of radiant joy mingled with a quiet determination. He greeted his subjects with humility and grace, unaware of the betrayal that loomed like a gathering storm. Suddenly, the music faltered, and a hush fell over the crowd as the guards closed in around Prince Adiwale. Accusations of treachery and conspiracy shattered the festive air, ringing out like thunder amidst the stunned silence of the onlookers. Prince Adiwale's protestations were drowned out by the clamor of false accusations, amplified by King Rashidi Uzi's booming voice declaring swift justice for the kingdom's supposed traitor. The crowd, moments ago filled with jubilation and hope, are now murmured in disbelief and outrage. Whispers of King Rashidi Uzi's ambition and jealousy spread like wildfire through the ranks of the nobles and common folk alike. Some dared to voice their doubts, while others cast fearful glances at the guards who enforced the king's decree with unyielding authority. In the midst of chaos, Prince Adiwale was forcibly seized and dragged away from the courtyard that had only moments ago been alive with celebration. His eyes, wide with shock and disbelief, sought out familiar faces in the crowd, loyal friends and allies whose expressions mirrored his own sense of betrayal. Under the cloak of false festivities and amidst the perfumed air thick with deceit, the fate of Ododo community took a treacherous turn. The prophecy that had once promised a bright future for the kingdom now cast a shadow over its beloved prince, ensnaring him in a web of lies spun by those closest to him. The night draped the Ododo community in a blanket of darkness so thick it seemed to swallow the very stars. Torches flickered ominously, casting dancing shadows that stretched and contorted like sinister specters in the ancient caves. Prince Adiwale, stripped of his regal attire and dignity, stood amidst the cold stone walls, surrounded by guards whose eyes betrayed no hint of mercy. King Rashidi Uzi, his face a mask of cold resolve, stood at the entrance of the cavernous chamber, his voice echoing against the rough-hewn walls. For treason against the crown and betrayal of the kingdom, you shall face the judgment of our ancestors, he declared, his words carrying the weight of finality. Prince Adiwale's protests were met with stoic silence from the guards, their loyalty to the king unwavering. With grim efficiency, the guards bound Prince Adiwale's hands with coarse rope, their touch rough and unyielding. Each knot tightened like the shackles of fate, sealing Prince Adiwale's destiny in the cold embrace of the earth. As the echoes of the king's decree faded into the darkness, Prince Adiwale was led deeper into the labyrinthine caves, where ancient secrets lay buried beneath layers of time and tradition. The sacred caves, once a sanctuary where ancestors' whispers guided the rulers of Ododo community, now bore witness to a travesty of justice. Torchlight danced off the damp walls, casting eerie shadows that seemed to taunt Prince Adiwale with their fleeting shapes. The air grew thick with the earthy scent of damp soil and the stifling weight of impending doom. At the heart of the cavern, where the stone walls seemed to close in like accusing fingers, Prince Adiwale was brought to a halt. The guards, their faces etched with grim determination, forced him to his knees upon the cold, unforgiving ground. A pit had been prepared, a gaping maw in the earth, waiting hungrily to receive its condemned. As dirt and stones cascaded around him, Prince Adiwale's world narrowed to the suffocating darkness and the hollow echoes of his own breath. The weight of betrayal hung heavy upon his chest, threatening to crush the very spirit that had once burned bright with hope and determination. In that desolate moment, as despair threatened to extinguish the last flicker of defiance within him, Prince Adiwale clung to a fragment of resolve, the shard of courage that refused to be snuffed out. With every shovel of earth that rained down upon him, Prince Adiwale's determination solidified into a silent vow. Though buried alive, his spirit would not be extinguished. The legacy of honor and righteousness instilled by generations of ancestors surged within him, a beacon of strength amidst the suffocating darkness. Amidst the ancient chambers where the whispers of ancestors echoed, Prince Adiwale faced the cruelest of fates, condemned by his uncle's jealousy and ambition. Yet, within the depths of his being, a spark of defiance smoldered, ready to ignite a blaze that would one day illuminate the kingdom with the truth of his innocence and the resilience of his spirit. As the days stretched into endless weeks, Prince Adiwale found himself confined within the suffocating embrace of the sacred caves. The air, heavy with the musty scent of ancient earth, clung to his skin like a shroud of despair. Silence echoed off the damp walls, punctuated only by the occasional drip of water that echoed like a mournful lament. Memories of Prince Adiwale's childhood, once vibrant and filled with laughter under the canopy of Ododo community's ancient trees, now haunted the shadows of his solitude. He recalled the teachings of the elders, lessons of duty, honor, and the sacred trust bestowed upon him by the prophecy. Each whispered echo in the darkness carried the weight of the kingdom's hopes and dreams, pressing down upon his shoulders like an unbearable burden. In the solitude of his confinement, Prince Adiwale wrestled with doubt and despair. The flickering torchlight cast dancing shadows that mocked his predicament, reminding him of the treachery that had brought him to this dismal fate. Yet, amidst the oppressive darkness and the weight of betrayal, the flicker of defiance burned within him, the stubborn ember of resilience that refused to be extinguished. Days blurred into nights, marked only by the slow passage of time measured in the rhythmic drip of water and the distant murmur of unseen currents. Prince Adiwale's world shrunk to the confines of the cavern, where the boundaries of reality seemed to blur with the realm of dreams and memories. In the solitude of his confinement, he found solace in the echoes of ancestors' whispers that resonated through the ancient stones, a reminder of the lineage and legacy that bound him to his people. Yet, as the darkness threatened to consume him, Prince Adiwale's spirit forged an unyielding resolve. He clung to the fragments of hope that pierced through the gloom like shards of sunlight, refusing to surrender to the despair that threatened to overwhelm him. Each breath became a testament to his strength, each heartbeat a defiant rhythm that echoed through the cavernous depths. Amidst the relentless solitude and the weight of his isolation, Prince Adiwale's mind became a battleground. Fear and uncertainty clashed with determination and purpose, each vying for dominance over his weary spirit. Yet, through the trials of his confinement, a transformation began to take root, a metamorphosis of mind and soul that would shape the prince into a beacon of resilience and unwavering resolve. Amidst the depths of the sacred caves where echoes of ancestors' whispers lingered, Prince Adiwale descended into darkness. But within the depths of his being, a flicker of light burned, a testament to his indomitable spirit and the enduring strength that would one day illuminate the path to redemption and reclaim his rightful place as the ruler of Ododo community. In the heart of Ododo community, where once laughter had filled the air and the rhythms of life had pulsed with vitality, a pall of sorrow descended like a heavy mist. The news of Prince Adiwale's unjust fate spread through the kingdom like wildfire, igniting a chorus of lamentation that echoed off the walls of every home and alleyway. Grief gripped the hearts of the people, from the humblest farmers to the noblest warriors who had sworn oaths of allegiance to their rightful prince. Tears flowed freely, mingling with whispered curses directed at King Rashidi Uzi and his henchmen who had orchestrated Prince Adiwale's betrayal and imprisonment. In the marketplace, where merchants had once haggled over goods with lively banter, now somber faces bowed under the weight of despair. Mothers clutched their children close, weaving tales of the prince's kindness and wisdom into lullabies that carried their grief into the night sky. Elders gathered in quiet corners, with their wrinkled faces etched with lines of sorrow and determination. Yet, amidst the shroud of mourning, a whisper of hope stirred in the hearts of the people, a prophecy passed down through generations, spoken in hushed tones by those who believed in the ancient wisdom of the land. It spoke of a savior foretold by the spirits of ancestors, who would rise from the depths of darkness to reclaim the throne and restore justice to the kingdom. The prophecy, once a distant murmur in the backdrop of everyday life, now surged to the forefront of conversations in marketplaces and village squares. Rumors swirled like autumn leaves caught in a tempest, carrying tales of a mysterious figure who dared to defy King Rashidi Uzi's reign of tyranny. Whispers grew louder, fueled by the desperation of the people who yearned for deliverance from oppression. In the shadows where fear and hope intertwined, alliances were forged in secrecy. Loyalists who believed in the prophecy gathered in hidden alcoves and secluded clearings, their faces masked by determination and resolve. They spoke in whispers of a plan to challenge the usurper's grip on power, their faith in the prophecy guiding their every move. Amidst the kingdom's mourning and the simmering undercurrent of rebellion, the legend of Prince Adiwale, the betrayed heir who awaited his moment of redemption, grew like a flame in the darkness. The people of Ododo community clung to the prophecy as a lifeline, a beacon of hope that illuminated the path towards a future where justice would prevail and their beloved prince would rise once more. In the dimly lit corners and secluded nooks of Ododo community, where the shadows whispered secrets and the night held its breath, rumors took root and spread like wildfire. Whispers of a mysterious figure began to circulate among those who dared to defy King Rashidi Uzi's reign of fear and oppression. At first, the rumors were fleeting, a fleeting mention in the hushed conversations of market traders, a murmured name passed between trusted allies under the cover of night. But as days turned into weeks and the grip of tyranny tightened, the whispers gained strength, fueled by the desperation and longing of the people for justice. The mysterious figure was said to be a stranger, cloaked in shadows and moving with the stealth of a predator through the kingdom's darkest alleys and densest forests. Some claim to have glimpsed a figure matching Prince Adiwale's description, a tall silhouette with the bearing of royalty and eyes that burned with determination. Loyalists who clung to the prophecy as their beacon of hope gathered in secret, their numbers growing with each whispered tale of the mysterious figure's defiance. They spoke of clandestine meetings held under the cover of darkness, where plans were laid and alliances forged in the name of restoring the rightful heir to the throne. Among the common folk, superstitions and legends intertwined with the rumors, weaving a tapestry of belief that strengthened their resolve. Stories of ancestors who had defied tyranny and triumphed against all odds became rallying cries in the face of adversity. The prophecy, once a distant echo of ancient wisdom, now resonated with renewed significance, a promise that the rightful ruler would return to reclaim his birthright and usher in a new era of justice and prosperity. As the rumors of hope spread like tendrils of ivy, they began to chip away at the veneer of King Rashidi Uzi's authority. Fearful whispers reached the palace walls, prompting the tyrant to tighten his grip on power and heighten surveillance across the kingdom. Spies and informants prowled the streets, their ears attuned to any mention of dissent or allegiance to the mysterious figure who dared challenge the status quo. Yet, amidst the shadows where fear and hope mingled, the legend of Prince Adiwale, the betrayed heir who awaited his moment of redemption, grew stronger with each passing day. The loyalists who believed in the prophecy held fast to their faith, their hearts brimming with anticipation of the day when Prince Adiwale would emerge from the darkness and lead them towards a future where justice would reign once more. On a fateful night, when the heavens themselves seemed to rage against the injustice that had befallen Prince Adiwale, a tempest brewed on the horizon. Dark clouds gathered with ominous intent, obscuring the moon and stars that had once offered feeble solace to the imprisoned prince. Lightning slashed across the sky in jagged streaks, illuminating the landscape with a blinding brilliance that rivaled the fury of gods. Inside the sacred caves of Ododo community, where Prince Adiwale had languished in the cold embrace of darkness and despair, the storm's wrath manifested with terrifying intensity. Thunder boomed overhead like the roar of an angry beast, shaking the very foundations of the ancient chambers. Rocks and debris dislodged from the cavern walls cascaded around Prince Adiwale, threatening to seal his fate within a tomb of earth and stone. As chaos reigned and the air crackled with electricity, Prince Adiwale's world narrowed to the relentless onslaught of nature's fury. Each thunderous crash reverberated through the cavern, drowning out even the echoes of his own despair. The storm seemed to mock his plight, a cruel reminder of the forces beyond his control that had conspired to imprison him in this forsaken place. Yet, amidst the tumultuous chaos of the storm, fate intervened with a capricious hand. A bolt of lightning, fierce and unrelenting, struck with pinpoint precision against the rocky ceiling of Prince Adiwale's prison. The impact sent shockwaves rippling through the chamber, dislodging ancient stalactites and casting cascades of debris in every direction. In that fleeting moment of tumultuous upheaval, a miracle unfolded. The very earth that had threatened to entomb Prince Adiwale now trembled and shifted, creating a narrow passage through which he could crawl, a sliver of salvation amidst the wreckage wrought by nature's wrath.